how are you looking at this big verdict? And do throw in your opinion on the factors of the recent sedition case being quashed and Supreme Court's comment on the procedural lapses as well.
Well, it's a setback for the army. It is a setback for the army, the deep state of Pakistan, and a win-win situation for Imran Khan and his supporters. It was, in fact, in the court number 1 of the Islamabad High Court where this verdict came in just a few minutes back, where the much talked about Toshakhana case where Imran Khan was convicted for 3 years and there was a sum of money that had to be deposited as well. There's a lot of propaganda that was done by the deep state and the Pakistani media against Imran Khan on it. And of course, he was imprisoned for the last several days immediately after the verdict came in. And now we are hearing that a division bench comprising of Chief Justice Amir Farooq and Justice Tariq Mahmood Jahangiri have in fact suspended this particular sentence against Imran Khan. We'll wait and watch how the PTI supporters will welcome him. There'll be a grand welcome, a show of strength that will be held in Islamabad and at the Zaman Park residence of Imran Khan. But many people had been anticipating this because, within, the system of Pakistan, there are many who continue to support Imran Khan as well and perhaps have the courage and the conviction to stand against the Pakistan army or the deep state. But having said that, I would also say here that you never know. It could be that the deep state of the Pakistan army is still in talks with Imran Khan or his supporters, and something may be worked out. Because let's remember, there are other political leaders also who are under prison. We have Shah Mahmood Qureshi.
Right.
We have several others, including Fawad Chaudhry and the former Human Rights Minister of Pakistan, who have left the party, who say that they have nothing to do with PTI or Imran Khan. And now we have the daughter of Shireen Mazari, Iman Mazari, also who's a lawyer and a prominent activist.
Only today, that particular case also
they've been arrested. They've been arrested and they are in prison on charges that don't stand any ground. So we'll have to wait and watch what's the strategy of Pakistan army really. Because if Pakistan army really wanted, they would have not allowed any kind of a release of Imran Khan to happen. So how the chess is playing out here, the House of Cards,
quite interesting.
Is quite interesting.
And his disqualification, potential disqualification and imprisonment, people were already talking about, how the PTI leader is going to now re-strategize, in terms of their own political mileage in elections. Now that this verdict has been suspended, there is going to be a new re-strategizing. It's going to be back to the whiteboard again for PTI.
Not just for the PTI, but for all political parties.
Absolutely.
Because let's remember that while Imran Khan was in prison, the current coalition government was celebrating. And in fact, I remember just a few days back, Shehbaz Sharif went to London to meet Nawaz Sharif and actually announced that Nawaz Sharif will return to Pakistan after an exile in October. And it was almost clear that the PMLN is going to put in Nawaz Sharif as the Prime Ministerial candidate. And when the elections happen in a few weeks from now, it will be Nawaz Sharif who will be the Prime Minister, perhaps with the support of the Pakistan army.
Imran Khan is going to be standing there
Absolutely.
right at the front of the red carpet, waiting to welcome Nawaz Sharif.
Well, you don't know what happens in Pakistan. You don't know which side the Pakistan army
Why
really
do you think
supports.
this sudden change? Because in the run-up to the, to the verdict and the imprisonment in all these cases, the sedition case as well, it seemed like Imran Khan was being cornered. It seemed like, the army and the institutions were sort of cornering Imran Khan. But suddenly this change, and Aditya, I remember talking to you as well, that his sway on the multitude of Pakistan, on the people who are actually his supporters, we all remember the Zaman Park episode now, don't we? That is something that can never be overlooked.
See, Pakistan army isn't an army or isn't a force that is going to surrender. They're the kingmakers. The Pakistan army really orders from Rawalpindi GHQ whatever politically happens in Pakistan or otherwise. So I don't think that here is a situation where the Pakistan army has surrendered before Imran Khan and said that, okay, you do whatever you want to and we'll support you. Perhaps there's a deal that could have been achieved, but I don't say that with full confidence right now because we'll have to still watch what the next few steps would be because there are several other political leaders who are under prison and there are several other cases that are pending before against Imran Khan as well in several courts across the country. So one thing that is important to note, which you also mentioned, is that there's a grassroots level support that Imran Khan has, not just in Pakistan, in different sections of the society of Pakistan, but abroad. So he's getting money from abroad for his political party, a great narrative building as well. And at the ground level, if elections are happening tomorrow, he will be a clear winner. Perhaps Pakistan army also realizes this, that there is a massive movement of support in favor of Imran Khan. And there's no other politician, even Nawaz Sharif or Bilawal Bhutto or even the radicals out there, who are even close to challenging the popularity of Imran Khan. So I think what we had really witnessed after the arrest of Imran Khan was end of a chapter, but this is perhaps only a beginning of a huge chapter of Pakistani politics and this house of cards that is playing out. And perhaps it's still GHQ Rawalpindi, which is really, pulling the threads.
Well, I'm waiting for the next episode of our docu-series on Imran Khan, because he's now given us the premise for that. And what next now? Imran Khan is going to have a different air about him. We're going to see again with the PTI, flags behind him, a press conference very soon on the microblogging website. Is that what's going to follow next?
I'm sure he's going to really play a victim and say whatever happened inside the prison, because there are already cases before several courts in Pakistan saying that basic amenities were not given to Imran Khan. There were human rights abuses that were taking place against Imran Khan inside the prison. He wanted to go to the Attock jail, in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, but he was kept inside here. So as of now, I think there will be a great PR building campaign and narrative shaping campaign by Imran Khan at the PTI. But let's remember, all the political parties in Pakistan were almost preparing for elections. There was a caretaker government in place. Mr. Anwar is the Prime Minister right now, caretaker Prime Minister, and he's the guy directly selected by the Pakistan Army. So it isn't that Pakistan Army isn't in control, it is the Pakistan Army that is building a narrative, shaping a narrative, and perhaps a strategy to dominate on the internal politics and the internal security of Pakistan. Will they be on the right path? Only time will tell. And whether Imran Khan's fate has again been sealed will be clear in the next few days.
Imran Khan was also, quick to call out why his case was again being transferred to the session court's judge, which he thought he was out of favor from. And the Supreme Court then comes in. How big of a factor do you think the Supreme Court's intervention was in this particular case? Because the Supreme Court interpreted the procedural lapses. There was a lot of ire from the Bar Association, the bar community of Pakistan, and they categorically said that, why do you want a superior court to intervene, what a lower court has to say. Naeem Haider Panjuta's tweet on the big screen over here, Aditya, the Chief Justice has accepted our request while suspending the sentence. He has said that a detailed decision will be taken later. So this is not the end of the road suddenly. So people can stick to their analogies of being hit wicket, death over, last over, final over, all those cricket analogies. They'll still work. Good news for all media rooms across the country right now. But in terms of the Supreme Court factor, do you think that in the end helped out Imran Khan and sort of changed how the Islamabad High Court was looking at the case?
Well, there are two things here. There are perhaps some judges who still have a conscience. And on the other hand, there's a clear divide. This divide is very much visible and vibrant in the sense that there are still many judges and lawyers and senior advocates who are in support of Imran Khan. But there are many others who cannot, in fact, question the Pakistan Army or go against him because their life could be under threat, their family's life could be under threat, and their future career.
A lot of pressure.
Absolutely. Pressure tactics is something that the Pakistan Army uses continuously, not just against politicians, but against activists, against judges, against any constitutional body.
Sometimes their own generals.
Absolutely. Against their own generals. You saw what happened to Lahore Corps Commander and all the generals who refused to take orders by the Pakistan Army top leaders. So, as of now, it clearly seems that it is the Pakistan Army that is driving the agenda really. But what have they decided for Pakistan's former Prime Minister Imran Khan is something to be seen. As of now, it's a temporary suspension of the Toshakhana case against Imran Khan. That means he'll be immediately within the next 24 hours released from the prison. But is this the end of the road, or there are other cases in which he will be arrested and tried is something to be seen. But one thing is very amply clear, that in the next 24 to 48 hours, we'll see him on a video addressing live directly his supporters. Something perhaps who has learned it from the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, not using any other media channels, etc., but directly going to the audience, connecting with the people and speaking directly to them, the masses who support him, who love him.
Even as he plays the victim card, he does not shy away from, heaping praises on India and how India's, foreign policy is the right way of going about it. That's how he plays his victim card. And we've got one particular visual from inside the courtroom as well. Nothing significant per se, Aditya, but still, I mean, you do get a glimpse of Jinnah Sahab up there on top. That
Yeah,
big
this
photo frame.
is basically the court number 1 of the Islamabad High Court. This is a picture that has been taken by a journalist friend this morning. And this is the court where the double bench actually gave the historic verdict. And there are Pakistani
This
journalists.
double bench including the Chief Justice of the Islamabad High Court.
Absolutely.
Amir Farooq.
Absolutely. This was a double bench headed by the Chief Justice of Islamabad High Court. And there's a jubilation among the journalists also who say that while there are pressure tactics by the Pakistan army, all abide by what the deep state says, but sometimes there are historic verdicts too, and this perhaps could be one. But knowing the Pakistan army, knowing their tactics, knowing their strategy, we shouldn't really be so excited or happy, immediately.
Naeem Haidar's tweet, we already read that out. It's
Yeah.
going to be a collective decision, a detailed decision.
Yeah.
What will this detailed decision entail is something that we'll have to wait out for.